Gilbert Coursey, a family inch closer to justice today after a Sellersburg man was convicted of killing his wife.
The murder played out in front of her daughter and daughter's friend. WDRB's Katrina Nichols shows us the moments in court as the verdict came down.
A jury here in Clark County found Mac Lewis guilty of killing his wife Elizabeth Bennett Lewis back in April 2022 in front of her daughter and her daughter's friend. It was an emotional moment after Mac Lewis found out his fate for Elizabeth Bennett Lewis's family.
After 18 months of absolute hell, today is the first day of justice for our beautiful daughter.
Escorted out of the courtroom, handcuffed, Mac Lewis walked into what could soon be decades in prison. While that sight and hearing the verdict brought a feeling of relief for Bennett's family,
we, the jury, find the defendant, Mac Lewis, guilty of murder.
There is little satisfaction.
There's not a whole hell of a lot of happiness today in our hearts, because there's one person not standing here with us. And that's the most unfair thing about this.
In a murder trial that played out over days, details poured out about the final moments of Bennett's life, including firsthand account from her daughter and her daughter's friend. They were only 11 years old and inside the house when Lewis shot and killed Bennett.
No child should have to have that happen before their very eyes.
Lewis's attorneys tried to argue the murder charge down to reckless homicide, saying Lewis pointed the gun at himself in an attempt to take his own life, and that his wife tried to wrestle the gun away from him.
Mac is looking at a whole lot more time than he would have had they made the decision that I told him I thought was proper.
Ultimately, prosecutors and Bennett's family got the verdict they wanted, but will never get back the person they lost.
We're always going to grieve the loss of a beautiful life due to a senseless act of violence.
Mac Lewis is expected back in court November 1st for sentencing. He could potentially face up to 100 years behind bars. In Clark County with photojournalist Josh Horton, Katrina Nichols, WDRB News.